My name is Robin Uithagen, one of the mortgage advisors here at Mr. Mortgage. I'll explain something about the interest rates of that are currently available in the Netherlands. And interest rates is of course something that you have to pay. Basically, it's a payment to use the money that you loan from the bank. Now, this interest rates, it's always been a hot topic. They go up, they go down. Is it a good moment to buy right now, or should I wait? Will the interest rates change and will they decrease, etc.? First of all, if anybody says that they can predict the interest rates, run away, because nobody has that crystal ball to know for sure what's going to happen on the long term. Now, of course, we do see kind of market drivers and things that are indications of what will happen with the interest rates. The ECB, the European Central Bank, for instance, or researchers from the banks themselves and how they kind of deal with the interest rates. So we have some insight. 100% security, you never know for sure, of course. What influences the mortgage interest rates? Now, that's a very good point. A couple of things. Now, the ECB, the European Central Bank, is one of the things, one of the variables that will influence the interest rates. If they decrease the interest rates, then it's less expensive for banks to buy or borrow money, so then the interest rates could go down. Now, also, there's a big influence there is competition. So banks do have a competition between each other, right? So if one bank decreases their interest rate, another bank might decrease it as well. So that is on a larger scale what influences the interest rate. Very good question here. Should I choose a fixed or variable rate? That very much depends on what you prefer. A variable rate or a short interest fixed period, a variable rate can be considered when you have an interest fixed period of 1 month. So every month your interest rate can change. Currently the interest rates for a variable rate are a bit higher, between the 4–4.5%, give or take. And if you fix your interest rates for a short period of time, you can, so maybe for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years maybe, that's considered relatively short. This is mainly when you say, you know what, I expect the interest rates to go down more and I want to benefit from the lower interest rates potentially later on. Now, again, we don't know for sure that the interest rates will keep on decreasing, but that's what we see happening right now, a gradual decrease in interest rate. So if you want to benefit from that, you know, I really want that, so you have a bit of this fear of missing out for the lower interest rate, then a short-term interest fixed period might be for you. If you, just by the sheer thought of potential changing interest rates, get flustered and sleepless nights, don't do it. Then maybe 10 years or longer makes more sense. So it's very much a personal choice as well. Now, depending on your income, fixing your interest rate for 10 years or more, or 10 years or less, can have a bit of an effect on your mortgage capacity as well, so your mortgage maximum. Do schedule a call with us if you want to know what that difference is and how that would work in your particular case, and then we can show you exactly what makes sense for you and how you can move forward. Now, another very good question here. What role does a mortgage advisor play when it comes to the interest rates? Well, yeah, a big role, really. So at Mr. Mortgage, we work with basically pretty much all available banks in the Netherlands. So there's 30 plus banks that we work with. Now, right now, Bank A might have the best interest rate. They're doing very well. But I mentioned before, there's some competition going, right? So then Bank B sees, well, hey, the interest rate at Bank A are lower, we'll adjust their interest rate as well. So we always get notifications before interest rates change. A couple of days before an increase or a decrease of the interest rates happen, we already know that in advance. So we can kind of time your mortgage application when your offer got accepted. So this is where that comes in. So every time we know exactly what the interest rates are, and we're able to get the best available interest rate for you, considering how long you want to fix your interest rate for, what bank makes the most sense in their conditions, and the energy label and input of personal savings. So all of these topics will make sure that we can get the best interest rate for you out there. So that's the main role that we at Mr. Mortgage play for you. Now, how does it tie in our service? So we always start with an introduction call. If you have any questions about anything, something that you heard here, but you heard something or you read something else somewhere else, check in with us. Happy to explain what the actual situation is and debunk what needs to be debunked, or kind of nuance what needs to be nuanced, of course, or maybe just show you how it works in the Netherlands as opposed to other countries as well, because there can be a bit of a difference there. Now, the next step is a financial analysis. This is where we take a deep dive in your finances, base it on the current interest rates, And that's what will just continue on throughout the whole house hunting process. Whenever you find a property that you're interested in, we'll check the details, see what bank matches best with this property and with your financial situation and preferences, and see, okay, sure, what interest fixed period makes sense. How can we optimize your mortgage in that sense, so you can, with full confidence, put in an offer, knowing get the best interest rate, I know what my monthly payments will be, so then with confidence you can put in the offer and keep our fingers crossed for that offer to be accepted. Now, if you have any personal questions, feel free to schedule an introduction call with us. It's always free of any obligation or any cost. Happy to discuss anything, any questions you might have.